Ladies and dudes, this is going to be one of the most toughest movie tags of all time. A movie tag that is all about one of your favorite films back from your childhood to adulthood that has so many amazing scores here and there. Something that is very epic, something that is very unique, or something that will blow you away for all eternity. Well, if you know what I mean. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Barkley, aka Boobot97. This is my review for a day. And today, I have no review, ladies and dudes. But once again, it's time for me, once again, to do a brand new type of tag that nobody has never done before. And this type of tag is going to be one of the most special type of tags, but yeah, one of the most hardest type of tags of all time. And it's all about movie scores. As you may know me, I am such a big fan of movie scores, and movie scores will always have a special place in my heart. And there's too many good scores to be found in so many great movies here and there, from our childhood to adulthood. So anyway, for my brand new type of tag I really want to do for today is the movie score tag. And I only got 9 good questions for it. 9 good, somewhat easy, somewhat of a hard questions that involves great, epic, unique, and beautiful movie scores. Something that you guys have never done before. Well, if you guys get the story. So anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to the movie score tag. And as for the 9th question, you can pick any type of question that you want. Something that might be interesting to you. Well, it doesn't matter what it is, so let's do the best we can for it, shall we? So, let's get this started for question number 1. What is your most favorite movie score of all time? For me, I choose When the Legend Comes to Life, or the Lugia song from Pokemon the movie 2000. I frickin' love this score to death. It was so darn epic, it's so darn unique, it's so darn rare, and this is one of the most greatest epic masterpiece scores of all time that came from in the English dub. And yes, I did remember they did do that in the Japanese dub, but it wasn't pretty epic enough. So I rather pick the English dub way better, because I think it had a very beautiful, epic orchestra feel to it. I think I really liked this score that featured in an orchestra. This is one of the best orchestrating something type of score I have ever heard in my whole entire life. It really did blow me away from start to finish. This is one of the best movie scores I ever heard that featured in an orchestra, if you know what I mean. So for my most favorite movie score of all time goes to When the Legend Comes to Life, or the Lugia song from Pokemon the movie 2000. Question number 2 is really darn hard for me, and I love all of them. And that is, what is your personal favorite movie score? I will go with Eddie's theme from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. One of the best things I love about this score, it's very nice, very smooth, and has a nice jazzy feel to it. And I will never forget that really cool sad scene without any dialogue in it, where Eddie Valiant was looking at these lovely pictures with his brother and his girlfriend Dolores when they were in their vacation in Catalina. And Eddie Valiant did have some fun times with them. But it's really heartbroken for him that he did lose his brother from 5 years ago. And he still won't forget it, even to this day. It's hard for me to say about this really cool scene that featured in a very beautiful, epic, and jazzy score. So for my most favorite score that's kind of personal to me is the Eddie theme from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Question number 3. What is your favorite movie scene that featured in the score? For me, I choose the flower garden scene from the House of Flying Daggers. I freaking love that scene to death, and I really like this scene that featured in a very good score. Who doesn't remember that cool scene where Jean and May need to take a break on their horseback riding for a while and see this lovely, beautiful field of the flower garden? And it's very nice of Jean of giving May a very beautiful bouquet of flowers, to prove his love for her. And he picked so many good flowers for May, and that was very darn sweet. And my most favorite part I love about this score is definitely this weird looking Chinese stringy instrument. I don't know what's it called because I don't know about Chinese string instruments that much, but whatever that string instrument is, it fit perfectly for that beautiful epic score that came from only 2 minutes and 20 something seconds, I guess. So, what is my most favorite movie scene that featured in the score goes to the flower scene from the House of Flying Daggers. Okay, for number 4 and 5 is going to be kind of tough for you guys if you guys can handle it. So for number 4 is, which one of these movie scores that made you happy? For me, which movie score that made me happy will always be the transformation from Beauty and the Beast. And Beauty and the Beast does deserve to have a great near ending that featured in a very beautiful epic score in a short period of time. It's the part where Belle, thanks to Belle, she finally broke the Beast's spell and the Beast finally transformed back into a human being. A very good looking and handsome human being, if I might add. And as for that score, it's very beautiful, very epic, unique, it's magical, and it does have a very cool Shakespearean way in some ways. Well, hard for me to say. So, which one of my favorite movie scores that made me happy is the transformation that came from Beauty and the Beast. And as for my 5th question, which one of these movie scores that made you sad? I will go on with Farewell from Pocahontas. Who doesn't remember that beautiful epic score that will make you cry? The part where Pocahontas needs to say goodbye to John Smith, and John Smith has to return home to take care of that big bad injured in his stomach. And Alan Menken is such a pure genius of making one of the best Disney films of all time that had a sad ending. Well, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I have nothing else to say about this one. So, which movie score that made you sad? For me, is the farewell scene from Pocahontas. Okay, let's see, where are we? Oh, here's a very big, giant, tongue-twisting question I need to ask you. Which one of these movie scores that is very good, but sadly it came from in a very bad movie? For me, I choose Third Person. Third Person will always be one of the worst Liam Neeson films of all time, but yet it's pretty darn decent in some ways. But the best part I love about that film is the score. The score is very darn beautiful, epic, unique. I will say it's a near masterpiece. My most favorite score from that soundtrack is truly Julia, the part at the near end. And it did have a little bit of a hidden Easter egg in that score, something I'm very darn familiar with. But sadly, there's one score I do like, but it came from in a bad timing in which scene in the movie. I can't tell you what it is, but if you guys know me, if you see any of my videos here and there, you will know which score I'm talking about that featured a very bad, terrible scene in the movie. So I have nothing else to say. So, which one of your favorite movie scores that you like that's pretty darn good but it came from in a bad movie? I will say third person. Okay. For number 7 is, what is your favorite animated movie score of all time? For me, I will go with Sixth Stop from Spirited Away. I like a score that's pretty darn quiet, it's pretty darn relaxing. I love the piano feel to it. And most of all, about this scene that has a beautiful score in this movie, no dialogue. There's no dialogue to be found in this very beautiful, epic masterpiece of a score and a very good scene in the movie, where Chihiro has to do a very important job of returning the golden seal back to Yubaba's twin sister. Well, if you guys remember that scene very well. But yeah, I freaking love this score to death. Very beautiful, very unique, so darn quiet, so darn relaxing. And it will take your breath away. Big time. So what is your favorite animated movie score of all time? For me, is the Sixth Stop from Spirited Away. Oh yeah, speaking of the animated movie score, you can pick whatever you want from Disney, non-Disney, or something that came from in Japan. Well, whichever you like. So that's my good old 7th question. And now let's go on to my 8th. And this is for all you Liam Neeson fans out there. What is your favorite movie score that came from in the Liam Neeson movie? I will go on a tie for this one. I will say Fighting the Handman or The Death of the Propoya Dude from Taken 2. And I will say Taken 2 has one of the best movie scores of all time. And this score is truly an epic masterpiece. And I will say Fighting the Handman and The Death of the Propoya Dude are the 2 best scores I have ever heard from this very underrated film. I mean, those 2 scores are truly an epic masterpiece, and beware of 2 great hidden Easter eggs that you did not know in this film. Pay attention to those 2 beautiful scores that has great hidden Easter eggs. It will blow you away, big time. So what is your most favorite movie score that came from in the old great my Liam Neeson's films? Goes to Fighting the Handman and The Death of the Propoya Dude from Taken 2. And finally, my last and final one, and it's my bonus question, is what is your favorite, which one of these movies has the most underrated score of all time? I go with The Dark Crystal. It's a very beautiful, epic, unique, underrated movie of all time that has a great epic score. And there's too many great scores to choose from. I will go with the one that I love the best that came from in the ending, where everything is back to normal thanks to Jen, the main protagonist. He finally put the Dark Crystal back where it belongs, and he just saved the world from total destruction. Yeah, way too hard for me to explain about this really cool movie that has a beautiful, epic, and unique score. So, what is my most favorite underrated movie of all time? that has a very underrated score belongs to the Dark Crystal. And now let's head on to some people I want to tag. Sorry about the upside down. I choose Alex Rabbit Earblob, Yusuf El Senate, and Jay Wilkinson 79, and John the Avenger, a future filmmaker 39480, and Sizzleland. And that is it. That is my whole entire movie score tag. And feel free if you want to do this as well. Remember, 9 questions. 9 good questions that you want to answer for your own movie score tag. And pick whatever bonus question that you want. It could be anything. Alright? And that is it for now. So I'll see you guys later, and sayonara.